I have to wear my glasses. This is the new Caribou. The Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, spiritual advisor to questioning Mormons, the Bard extraordinaire, supreme being, Alpha and Omega. I look for lightning every time I read my damn name. Hey, look at my light. Oh, shit. Hey, Lightman. Lightman, there we go. Lightman. And there he is. That's my crew back there. Okay, listen, I've got something interesting for you. That it's not a weenie, it's not a vagina, it's which are the most important things in Utah. But here's a story about a man in Orem, Utah. Now, Orem is beside Provo. It's where BYU is. Orem and Provo are two towns stuck together, and these are all BYU students, and the most fanatical part of the Mormon Church, other than Joseph Smith and his 14-year-olds. This is historically the most fanatical part of the Mormon Church. Now, evidently there was a policeman. And now, you have to almost live in Utah to appreciate this, because policemen are like gods. Now, they're not Alpha and Omega. They're like a little, now I'm not going to say shit sandwich, because they'll come and get me. They'll cuff me, I'll be gone, and I'll be at Point of the Mountain, and you'll never hear of me again. But they have a tendency to be a little like Barney Fife. Most of you never knew who Barney Fife was. But anyway, he was always a guy that was... Barney was so stupid, he carried a gun, but he wasn't allowed to have bullets in it. Andy made him put his bullet... He only had one bullet in his pocket, because he kept shooting himself in the foot. So he would have fit into the Utah Highway Patrol and Police Department really well. I hope I don't get stopped and they go, "I've heard your name, Mr. Bard." Anyway, there was a policeman in Orem, Utah, and this, like I said, is a very conservative area, and this man went by the policeman and gave him the finger. Now, you know, that's like going to the Pope and, you know, bending over and mooning him. That don't fly in Utah. So let me read you what happened on this. And thank goodness for the ACLU. They're the only people that can control the Mormons. This is on abc.com, November 15, 2012, at 4:45. Let's see what it says. Orem settles with man who flipped off officer. Now, Orem City had to pay for this policeman who pulled this guy over for giving him the finger. Orem, Utah, Associated Press. A Utah city has reached a settlement in a lawsuit that alleged a police officer violated a man's constitutional rights by pulling him over for giving the officer the middle finger. Can you give them the little finger, the pointer, the thumb finger? I don't know. The American Liberties Union of Utah has sued on behalf of Seth Dane, D-A-N-E, who flipped off an officer driving by on June 25th, 2010. You can't disrespect a priesthood holder like this. The organization says the officer stopped the car Dane was driving, and well, he was riding in it. He wasn't driving, and cited him for disorderly conduct. Is that for his whole body, or is it disorderly conduct for the finger? Orem police. Oh my gosh, the Mormons, the Mormons. The city declined to prosecute the case. I wonder why. But the ACLU claimed the incident violated Dane's constitutional rights under the First and Fourth Amendments. See, the Mormon Church always talk about the First and Fourth Amendments and how they love them. Unless they go against them, then it's big government. Constitution doesn't matter. Okay, so here's another one of those situations. Orem police have agreed to continue First Amendment protection training for officers and pay $5,000 in damages and attorney fees. So he not only flipped the guy off, the policeman, but he got $5,000 to do it, and they had to pay his attorney fees. So Who's got egg on their face here? The ACLU says allowing police to detain people for rude behavior would give officers wide discretion to harass people like me. If you're obnoxious, they could pull me over, and they can't do that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know. If you go to a conference and you flip Monson off, you know, they're just going to shoot you. They've got snipers over there. They're just going to shoot your ass. They're not going to wait for the ACLU to come in and say, wait a minute, that's a constitutional right. You don't have to agree with the Mormon prophet. So anyway, I just saw this. I thought it was cute, and I wanted to share it with you. And, you know, I took my wife's car today down to get a mirror on it, the right side mirror, the motor inside of it, it wouldn't work, so I had to go down and fix that thing. And her car has a moonroof, a sunroof in it. And I love to drive with the sunroof down here in Australia. You know, you got to keep moving because the kangaroos will jump up there and then they're in the car. You got to be careful. But I love the moonroof because when I drive my car, which is the Prius, and both cars are fully tinted all the way around, and somebody, you know, I don't know, they're just obnoxious here in Utah. Oh, in Australia. You signal to turn over. They speed up so you can't get in. Like, it's my lane. I'm the priesthood holder. Well, my car has a little bit of it's a new limited Hyundai, and it has a pretty good engine in it, and at 60 or 90 whatever miles an hour, it can run away from most cars. And so I signal, and the bastards just pull right up beside me and block me. They love to block me like I have the power. I go, no you don't. I just floor it, and I go up around and signal and go in front of them. But anyway, when I do that, then I can reach out the sunroof. Now, Mormons aren't allowed to give the finger, but they are allowed to get the finger, which they get quite often here in Utah. So I do this, and my little girl Allison, oh God, you know, I'm always talking about Allison, and Allison, she was with me today. And she said, Dad, is that roof opening like that for giving the finger? What do you say? If I say no, then she's going to say, well, why were you giving the finger out the roof? If I say yes, she'll say, well, Dad, I don't think you should give the finger out the roof, even if it's made for that. So you can't win with Allison. Oh, she's funny. So anyway, like I said, if you're a Mormon, you're allowed to take the finger, but if you're an atheist like me, you're allowed to give the finger. So when you buy a car, get a moonroof. My little car doesn't have a moonroof, and you know, when I reach out the door, it looks stupid. People think I'm turning. You know, in the old days we had hand signals to turn, and they go, ah, he's so damn old he doesn't know how to use a blinker. So they can't see the finger out my car, but I love to drive her car because when I meet the Mormons, I greet the Mormons. Thanks.